Hello everyone. I once again welcome you to the video lecture on transformers and generators. Now this is a continued part of second section of the third module, that is DC generators. In last video we studied the commutation process. So in this video let us discuss methods of improving commutation. There are three main methods are employed in order to improve the commutation process or obtaining sparkless commutation. So what are those methods? First method is resistance commutation. Second method is voltage commutation. Third method is what? Compensating winding. Further voltage commutation, which can be subdivided into two methods. So one is the what? The brush shift. Another one is the what? Commutating poles and interpoles. Now let us study these methods one by one. First consider resistance commutation. In case of resistance commutation method, which uses carbon brushes for improving the commutation. So in resistance commutation method, here the carbon brushes are used for improving the water commutation process. And the use of the such carbon brushes, which makes the contact resistance between commutator segment and brush, it is higher. That means which provides the water the higher resistance between brush and the commutator segment. So here the naming is given here. So this commutator segment, so it is named as B. This commutator segment, it is named as A. And this portion from here to here, so this provides the water, the contact resistance of water R suffix A. And here this provides the contact resistance of water R suffix B. And this high contact resistance has the tendency to force the current in the short circuited coil to change according to the commutation requirement. As per the requirement of the commutation, so which has the tendency to force the current in the short circuited coil. So in this way, the sparkless commutation can be obtained by using the water, the resistance commutation. Now there is one more method, so that is EMF commutation. In this type of commutation, the reactance voltage which is produced by the coil due to the inductive property and which is neutralized by producing a reversing EMF in the short circuit coil during commutation period. Now in this case, whatever be the reactance voltage, so this reactance voltage you studied in what the previous video. So this reactance voltage which is produced by the coil due to its inductive property, and this reverse reactance voltage which is neutralized by producing reversing EMF. That means there is a production of a reversing EMF which neutralizes this reactance voltage. So actually the concept of EMF commutation is that the production of the reversing EMF, and this will neutralize the water reactance voltage during the water commutation period. Now, so this can be achieved by two ways. One is the water by brush shifting, another one is the water by using interpoles or commutating poles. Now let us discuss brush shifting method of commutation. Now in this method of improving commutation, the brushes are shifted forward direction for the DC generator and in backward direction for the motor for producing the sufficient reversing EMF for eliminating the reactance voltage. Now in this method of improving the commutation, here the brushes are shifted either forward direction or backward direction. So forward direction, so which is for water DC generator, backward direction which is for water motor. So in order to produce water, the reversing EMF, and this reversing EMF which eliminates the water, the reactance voltage. Now when the brush which is shifted in forward lead, then it brings the short circuit coil under the influence of the next pole, which is of the water opposite polarity. So once the brushes are shifted forward, for example, in generator, it's just supposed to consider the generator. In generator, the brushes are shifted in forward lead, then which brings the short circuit coil to the water next pole, and which is of the water opposite polarity. So once the next pole short circuited and its polarity is opposite, then obviously the coil which is present in that particular pole, it will cut the flux from the main pole, and there will be a EMF will be induced in the coil, and this induced EMF is the reversing EMF. It is in exactly opposite to that of what the main pole what induced EMF. Since so this reversing EMF is produced, and this reversing EMF it eliminates the water, the reactance voltage. And this method it is rarely used because of the water best result. With every variation of load, the brushes have to be shifted. So this method not commonly used because so during the variation of load, it is very difficult to shift the brushes. So since this method is what it is rarely used, and so here it is shown the generator brush shift. So initially the brush was so in this position. So this is A and this is a B, and it is shifted forward lead. So this position comes to here, and it goes water in this position. What happens? Automatically, the whatever the pole is present here. So this pole it gets energized in opposite direction, and whatever be the conductor present in this pole, so that will cuts the water, the flux lines obviously the EMF is induced in this conductor, and this induced EMF it is in opposite with the water, the EMF induced by the water, the main pole. That means this is called as the water reversing EMF, and this reversing EMF it neutralizes the water, the reactance voltage. So this is the water the brush shift method. And one more method is that is method of using interpoles. Now in this method of commutation, some small poles are fixed to the yoke and placed between the main poles. These poles are called as interpoles. See, this is an armature, main poles. So these are the main poles, north, south. So these are the main poles, and there are some sub poles or small poles are fixed to the yoke. So those are placed between the main poles. So this is north and south main pole. In between these, so there is a small pole is present here. So in between these main poles, then here is also one small pole is present. In between these main poles, here is some small pole is present. In between these poles, here there is some small pole is present, and these are called as what? Interpoles. So these two are interpoles, and again these two are what? The interpoles. Now, the priority is same as the main poles situated next to it for the generator, and for the motor the priority is same as the main pole situated before it. Now in case of generator, the priority for fixing the small poles or interpoles one after the main pole. So here the main pole is there, so interpole is situated here. Here main pole is there, interpole is situated. The main pole is there, interpole is situated here. The main pole is there, interpole is situated here. Since these two are main poles and these two are what? Interpoles. But in case of motor, so it is before only the water, the main poles. Now the interpoles induce an EMF in the short circuit coil during the commutation period, which opposes the reactance voltage and gives sparkless commutation. So obviously our objective is to neutralize the reactance voltage. Now here again the two EMFs are produced, one EMF which is produced by the main poles, another EMF which is produced by the interpoles. Now these interpoles induces an EMF in the short circuit coil. So this is in opposite direction, and this is called as what? The reversing EMF, and this will oppose the reactance voltage. Once this opposes the reactance voltage, so there may be what? Neutralization of what? This reactance voltage by the what? The reversing EMF, and which leads to what? The sparkless commutation. So this is what one more method of using what? Interpole. Now there is one more method, so that is called as what? Compensating winding. And this compensating winding, this method is also used for eliminating the water armature reactions. So you might have studied this compensating winding for what? Elimination of water armature reaction. So here also in eliminating the commutation process of obtaining the sparkless commutation, so just use compensating winding. Now this is the most effective mean of eliminating the problem of armature reaction and flash over by balancing the armature MMF. So here both problem can be solved by what? This compensating winding method. One is the armature reaction, and even this whatever be the flash over which can be occurred by the water, the armature MMF. So that is called as water this commutation, that is which can be avoided by the water, the compensating winding. Now the compensating windings are placed in slots provided in pole face parallel to the rotor conductors. You know, so here the compensating windings are placed in slots which is provided in pole face. So whatever be the main poles are there, main pole face, the slots are provided. In that slots, the compensating windings are placed, and these compensating windings are what? Parallel to the rotor. So that is parallel to the what? Armature conductors. And these windings which are connected in series with the armature winding, and these windings which are series with the what? Armature winding. The direction of currents in the compensating winding must be opposite to that in the armature winding, just below the pole faces. And whatever be the direction of the current in the compensating winding, it is just opposite to that of the direction of the water armature winding. So once these two winding, that is compensating winding and the armature winding, which are connected in series, and the current of such a windings of both the windings are in opposite direction, thus the compensating winding produces MMF that is equal and opposite to the armature MMF. Here the case that whatever be the MMF produced by the compensating winding, so the magnitude of the MMF produced by the compensating winding is equal and opposite to that of the water, the armature MMF. So the compensating winding demagnetizes or neutralizes the armature flux produced by the armature conductor. Now here, this compensating winding, it neutralizes the armature flux or armature MMF. So in this way, so the commutation can be what is avoided. And the major drawback with the compensating winding is that they are very costly, economic. It is more economical. Their use is mainly for larger machine subject to heavy overloads or plugins, and in small motors subject to sudden reversal and high acceleration. Where these compensating windings are used, so these are usually used mainly in larger machine, so which are subjected to the water heavy overload or plugging, and in small motors, and even can also be used for smaller motors which is subjected to sudden reversal and high acceleration. So this is what costlier one method. So since it is rarely used, and even where this method is used mainly for what larger machine, so which is subjected to the heavy overload condition or plugging, and in, which is also used for water in small motors subjected to water sudden reversal and higher acceleration condition. Now this is what one more method which eliminates the commutation process. So these are the methods followed in order to avoid the commutation. So this is about the methods. What are the methods are used to eliminate the commutation process? In next video, we'll come up with some more bits of the third module. Till then, thank you. Bye.